reports, at least 5 people have lost their lives and nearly 100 were hospitalized due to dehydration at the Indian Air Force Air Show at Chennai's Marina Beach. The majestic display of Air Force air prowess turned into a tragedy after lakhs turned out to see the air show organized after over 20 years. The event happened between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. and as it ended, there were lakhs of attendees who tried to exit simultaneously. This led to chaos, and a combination of high temperatures and overcrowding overwhelmed the spectators, causing deaths and complaints of heat stroke and dehydration. The political blame game has also started over the same. It's raging over who is to blame for the casualties, while the opposition parties are holding the DMK government solely responsible for mismanagement. Demanding answers and accountability from Chief Minister Stalin, the state has defended itself. The Tamil Nadu Health Minister says that arrangements were made in consultation with the Indian Air Force officials, and whether it was the police deployment or the medical aid available or even the drinking water facilities, everything was taken care of.
While M.K. Stalin and his family are happy to watch the show in an air-cooled, air-conditioned makeshift tent, the common man have to walk for 5 to 10 kilometers to watch this air show, to express his solidarity and patriotism. Not only that, there were no public address system that could guide the people who had come for the event, where to go, what to fetch where. There were no booths distributing water. There were no medical assistance available immediately. There is no traffic management. People who want to get out of the event were not able to do so. It's a complete mismanagement and completely lack of planned event ever in the history. If Mas Subramaniam has any one element of empathy and self-consciousness, he should resign as the health minister.
The air show done by the Indian Air Force, it was very unfortunate that the Chennai Corporation, the Tamil Nadu government and the Chennai police did not cooperate with the public. It is most unfortunate that the maladministration, misadministration, the most worst traffic arrangements done by the Tamil Nadu police, the Chennai police has created, has ended up in 5 lives. We have lost 5 lives, and also a few hundreds have admitted in hospitals, in various hospitals in Chennai. This is due to lack of proper planning, lack of intelligence. The entire railway stations across the Chennai, MRTS or metro, have been flooded with people, which was not expected at all. It is really disgusting to see that there were no arrangements by the police. There were no planning or thinking by the police that this huge crowd will be there and what will happen to them if there is a stampede. Absolutely there was no arrangement, and this is the lackluster attitude of the government. The government should own responsibility for this unfortunate, most unfortunate incident, and those who have failed should be definitely punished. The government should own responsibility, the accountability. It should not wash their hands by just suspending some few officials for this. The government has to take full responsibility of this and see to it that in future it doesn't happen.
Now we have breaking updates coming in. The face-off continues over the same. Aadhav Arjuna, VCK's Deputy General Secretary, which is also the DMK ally, has slammed the DMK government. He says, and I quote, "Why did the government fail to foresee that a large number of people will come to Marina Beach to witness the air show? Tamil Nadu Police, Health and Public Works and Transport Department should have made advance arrangements on a wartime basis to regulate people and ensure their safety. The loss of lives has happened due to the insufficient attention." My colleague Dharani is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Dharani, so questions of accountability continues. Who is responsible for the tragedy taking place? But the question still remains. It's not just the opposition leaders who are raising these questions, but also DMK's own ally.
since yesterday evening, the opposition parties, ADMK and BJP, they have been lashing out at the Stalin government for the alleged misgovernance. In fact, Tamil Nadu BJP chief Annamalai has told that the chief minister should take sole responsibility for the chaos that happened. And a leader of opposition, Edappadi Palaniswamy, has alleged that it is because of a less number of police personnel at the spot to maintain the crowd and the traffic. This chaos happened, and the chaos led to the deaths is what Edappadi Palaniswamy, the leader of opposition, is alleging. And now we are looking at a tweet from Aadhav Arjuna, who is the Deputy General Secretary of Vidudhalai Sirthigal Katchi. Remember, Vidudhalai Sirthigal Katchi is an alliance with the DMK here in Tamil Nadu. They are also part of the India Alliance. And VCK's Deputy General Secretary Aadhav Arjuna, in his tweet, is asking why the government did not foresee the large number of people who attended the Indian Air Force's air show at the Marina Beach yesterday. Why did the government not, foresee the crowd that was supposed to come? This is the question that is being raised by Aadhav Arjuna, and he's also going on to tell that several departments of the government, which includes the police department, health department, public works department, and also the transport department, all of them should have together sort out plans. They should have come up with proper plans to regulate the crowd and to ensure their safety. The loss of lives, this clearly shows the insufficient attention provided by the government towards this event is what he is alleging. So definitely the DMK's ally itself is questioning the government,
saying that there should be accountability. And how is it that the government did not foresee that a huge crowd will come for a show like this? Meenakshi is also joining us on that broadcast with the details of that attack that has come in from the VCK.
Well, absolutely, Pratibha. Just as you and Dharani were also discussing, it's an ally which has attacked the DMK, and which is why this statement is so significant. I'm going to read it verbatim. Why did the government fail to foresee large number of people coming to witness the IAF's Air Force Adventure exhibition at Marina Beach? Why did more than 10 lakh people to begin with gather in the scorching sun? There will be lack of oxygen. The body becomes dehydrated. Some people have had a heart attack, etc. This is a scientific fact. They go on to say. Then they attack the government, saying government should have allowed the public for this event only after planning and making all the arrangements. It seems that necessary drinking water facilities were not provided, sufficient facilities were not arranged, especially children and pregnant women can be seen affected by the crowd. Tamil Nadu Police, Health Department, the PWD, Transport Department, etc. should have made advance arrangements on a wartime basis to regulate the people and ensure their safety. When so many people gather, this loss of life has also happened due to insufficient attention to the same. Senior government officials were only interested in witnessing the Air Force adventure. It can be seen from the commotion of the people that the necessary ministers and officials have not been blocked to look after the arrangements for the event. Government does not look after its own interests, but a government that looks after the welfare of people and for the people. Due to carelessness of the government, the adventure of Air Force has turned into an event of agony instead of achievement. Government should have been aware of such incident at least in the future. So this is the big attack which has come from the side of the VCK. We just read out a translation of the original post, Pratibha.
Okay, all right. So the DMK's ally, the opposition parties, are all questioning who is accountable for this. 5 lives have been lost. 100 people are still hospitalized. And this is only because of mismanagement. The BJP has also hit out at the DMK government. Listen in.
It is tragic to listen to the fact that 5 people have lost their lives and over 200 were injured in the Chennai Air Show. But this is not a tragedy. It is a man-made, state-sponsored disaster and murder, because the state government of DMK is incompetent, corrupt, and its priorities are only the elevation of dynasty, not common man. Therefore, even the basic arrangements were not made. Traffic management to ensure that stampede-like situation does not happen, basic water facilities, basic facilities for hospital and medical aid, basic management facilities of the crowd. Nothing was done when lakhs of people gathered. This shows the careless, incompetent and lackadaisical attitude. This is criminal negligence. Those 5 deaths that have been taken place are directly the responsibility of the DMK Chief Minister, Mr. Stalin, the Deputy Chief Minister, and their incompetence. Today they must apologize to the people of Tamil Nadu to treat lives so cavalierly and so trivially. But instead of accountability, now they will be brazen and the blame game will start. This is not the first time this has happened. Their incompetence is supreme.
So blaming the DMK's incompetence, the government's incompetence, saying it's not saying that the buck stops with the state chief minister as well as the deputy chief minister for the tragedy. Dharani, the politics around it aside, what is the condition of those who continue to be hospitalized because of the situation? And now, after a few hours have passed, is there more clarity on what really happened? Because the state government says that we had a discussion with the IAF and we had made all the arrangement, and despite that, five lives have been lost.
As I told, this event happened between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. in Chennai, and Chennai is naturally a very hot city. So because of the heat and the humidity, a lot of people experienced dehydration and other issues, and around 10 to 12 lakh people were expected to have attended this air show on the shores of Marina Beach. So after the event got over, all of them simultaneously attempted to exit the venue, and this led to a lot of chaos because of the poor crowd and traffic management. So that is when even the 5 people who have lost their lives now, they got caught in the crowd, and they were also experiencing dehydration and other issues, is what we're given to understand. And over 100 people also got hospitalized yesterday evening, because of these issues. Most of them, they've been sent back to their houses now after the first aid care. But definitely the state government is accountable for this, because the Indian Air Force's air show was completely planned and executed by the Air Force Department. The air show was completely planned and executed by them. But as far as the arrangements, the security and the commutation is concerned, it was the police department that was regulating all that. And
so let's be clear. While the state government had a conversation or was in discussion with the IAF, the arrangements were all to be made by the state government in Tamil Nadu. Dharani, request you to stay with us. We have Mr. Narayanan Thirupathy of the BJP joining us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Narayanan Thirupathy. It's a very, very unfortunate tragedy. We've seen air shows taking place across the country. In Chennai, it has resulted in the death of 5 spectators.
Yes, that is because of the maladministration, mismanagement of the Tamil Nadu state government, Chennai Corporation and the traffic police of Chennai. We have seen all railway stations suddenly early in the morning too crowded. Many thousands of people were trying to board the train along with children and pregnant women. And we have seen that the whole chaos throughout the city, and more than 10 kilometers radius, the streets were crowded, the entire traffic were jammed. So all these are because of the misadministration. There were no planning, in spite of, people know that the government knew that there will be more than 15 lakh people coming there, and for the last 1 week, there were advertisements also. So it is the government which has to take responsibility, and to add more, fuel to the fire. Today, the state health minister says that there are no deaths, wherein each and every media has reported there are 5 deaths, and all these 5 families have given interviews to all media that these persons had gone there and they got choked, and that is the reason of the death. But the health minister says absolutely there is no death.
You're saying that the state government is responsible. Mr. Narayanan Thirupathy, I request you to stay with us. I want to listen to the other side as well. Mr. Saravanan of the DMK joining us. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Saravanan. Yeah. It's a very, very unfortunate tragedy. 5 people have lost their lives. The opposition says it is the DMK government that is solely responsible for the tragedy.
See, what else can you expect from the opposition rather than pin everything on the DMK government? See, they say more than 10 lakh people. Some say 15 lakh. Some say 13 lakh. People have visited, they have come there, enjoyed the event, and they have went back home. Let us not forget that it was 36 degrees centigrade, and there was no sea breeze, and it was hot, very hot. And we cannot give last mile connectivity to 13 lakh people when they assemble at Marina. It is axiomatic that they'll have to park their vehicles.
No, but Mr. Saravanan, when such a large crowd gathers, whose responsibility is it?
Will you allow me to speak?
Yes, Mr. Saravanan, but whose responsibility is it?
I will come to that. Will you allow me to speak?
Yes.
Let's put things in perspective. Yeah. So they'll have to walk 2 or 3 kilometers in the hot sun, and they'll have to stand in the hot sun from 11 to 1. Then they'll have to get back another 2 or 3 kilometers, and that too in the hot sun. So 4 or 5 hours in the hot sun. So it is very tragic.
Okay. It's very tragic, but very unfortunately, in this political blame game, the lives have been lost. We'll have to leave it at that, Mr. Saravanan and Narayanan.